Shalom, shalom, shalom. First off, giving all honor and praises to the Most High and to His Son Yahushua. Shabbat shalom to brothers and sisters that are watching online. Shabbat shalom to brothers and sisters in class. We're going to kind of touch on the false understanding of New Year's. The name of today's class is New Year's Lie, Changing of Times and Laws. Changing of times and laws, because the Most High God has already set up the way on how we should tell time. Gave us the seasons, how we know what the month determines, what the moon determines, and what the sun determines. Most High God has given us this understanding. And we know it's a group, a nation of people, the Edomites, that has changed these things according to the Bible, to set themselves up as God. So we kind of want to touch on that today regarding this false notion of New Year's and how people get ready to celebrate New Year's in the dead of winter. That makes no sense. And a lot of times our people need to come into this understanding to see how far they have been deceived with the times and understanding changing of laws. So like we said, the name of today's class is New Year's Lie, Changing of Times and Laws. Let's go to the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse 15. Ephesians 5 and verse 15. You get there, read that out.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly.
That you do what?
Walk circumspectly.
Circumspectly is a way, a careful way to walk. It says in a way that is careful and avoid risks. That's walking circumspectly. Meaning when you come into this truth, you want to make sure that you cover your tracks. You want to make sure that you constantly examine yourselves with the scriptures. You want to make sure that you do what? Adjust to those things and apply the scriptures in a manner that builds and that help grow you in this truth. A lot of times, brothers and sisters are stagnant. Even like we know that this is the mean season. You know, this is the dead of winter. This is when spirits are hyped with this wicked holiday season. And they're going to try to capitalize on these things, man. Especially having our spirits at odds with these things. Because I know brothers and sisters' spirits is flexed, man. As rightfully so. Read that again from the top.
Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools.
Not as what?
Not as fools.
Meaning not as people that's not keeping the commandments. That's something that we can't do in this walk, man. Brothers and sisters that have been in this walk for a number of years, you should see a level of growth. You should see a level of understanding that should be imputed on you, man. Read on up.
Not as fools, but as wise.
Not as fools, but as wise. Meaning not as people that don't keep the commandments, but as people that do keep the commandments. Read on up.
Redeeming the time.
Doing what?
Redeeming the time.
Redeeming the time, man. Read on.
Because the days are evil.
These days are evil, man. Like we said, we have to redeem the time. That's why we see Esau changing times and laws. What you think that they trying to do? On the wicked side, they trying to do what? Redeem their time, gain their time. That's why they put these things forth, daylight savings times. Where you see that in the Bible? Saying that the day starts when in the midnight. Where do you see that in the Bible? The Most High God has already set up and dictated how we should tell time. Read that part again.
Redeeming the time.
Redeem means to what? To gain or regain possession of something in exchange to payment. And we see Esau doing that on the wicked side, man. It's not a coincidence that these things are set up. They're thinking that they're actually saving themselves time. But when in fact, the Most High God is even cutting that time even shorter. So that's a thing to be aware of. That's understanding what? Measuring the times, brothers and sisters. Understanding that we have to get our spirits in order before Christ comes back. That's literally why the Most High God has Christ taking his time so we can do what? Make sure we dot our I's and cross our T's. Make sure brothers is ruling their house. Make sure they're ruling their spirit first. Making sure wives are in order with husbands, single sisters, single brothers, children as well, obeying your parents. This time is getting wicked out here, man. Read that part again, huh?
Redeeming the time. Because the days are evil.
These days are evil, brothers and sisters, man. Like we said, this is the evil season, man. Think of what season is more evil than the time that we're in now. You seen it the other day. I know my wife was showing me, even what Captain Yara had said when we was doing the Christmas class, Captain Jerubbaal, how it's going to be even more murders than ever before. You literally seen a 14-year-old brother kill his older sister over some damn presents. Wicked as hell. The sister got 2 young kids, man. How in the hell is that the Christmas spirit? You see more murders than any time of the year, man. You think it's gonna be like that in the kingdom of all the world is praising the Most High God, celebrating Passover, keeping the Feast of Tabernacles? That's why we're commanded to be in order and practice a righteous rehearsal right now. That's right, and a high rate of suicides, burn down houses and all type of madness, man. Aggravated assaults. These times are evil, brothers and sisters. That's why, like we said, we can't play the games in this truth, man. We can't be like Esau. We got to be like the children of Israel, man. That's who we are. That's who we be. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1. Because Esau done changed everything upside down, man. And it's our job as being men and women of the Lord to do what? Set things right side up. That's what our job is, man. For brothers to literally be built up. That's what these classes are for, man. That's what these classes are for, sisters, man. And shame on brothers that are not using these things and sisters to build themselves up in this truth, man. To be stagnant. And we don't want to be like that, man. You get to read that, huh?
The book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
The beginning of what?
The beginning of months.
And we know, what is this going into? What month is this? You know, even how we have Captain Jerubbaal having brothers and sisters read the Bible in context from front to back, getting and understanding historical history and historical context. What is this going into? Do any brother know? Because what just happened after this? Not all the brothers speak it at once. You said, what are? We was going into Passover. And this is what this is about, because the Most High God never called the months of the year names. These are false deities that was predicated by Esau as well. Do any brother know what January stands for?
Janus.
No, not a bill. Say it again, Janus. Thanks, Officer Barakaya. It's pronounced Janus. And this is going into a idol, meaning what? Peering back forth in time and in the past. Most High God never ordained that. A lot of times, like how we say, even like how Captain Maccabee said, look into these things, man. Look into how we get these words, because the Most High God has always called them what? First month, second month, third month, and so on. Just like the days of the week. These things was predicated by our enemies, meaning Esau. Read that again from the top. Huh?
Exodus chapter 12, verse 2. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
And this is going into the Passover. Passover starts when? Early March, late March, early April. And how do we know? Because of the seasons. We know in the springtime, meaning what? When things start to spring back up in the earth. Like we say, ain't nothing springing forward. Even when you go outside, the earth lets you know. All the trees are off the trees. These things are brown, they're withered. Like many brothers and sisters spirits, if they're not what? Able to grow in this truth, man. We always have to compare our lives with the understanding of the Bible and have to see these things. You got something about? We have to understand these things. Even from the beginning, the Most High God has set these things up. Give me the book of Genesis chapter 8, verse 22.
And this where you get that from that Janus. This where you get your what? The new so-called New Year's resolution.
That's right.
Where they come up, the looking back. The Janus is going into what? Looking back and looking forward.
That's right.
Then you go and you make a wicked ass New Year's resolution that you don't even keep anyway.
That's right.
So you just a lie. It's just built off lies, man, basically, right? Because I know when I was doing that, man, you were doing New Year's resolution for 2 weeks. Been I forgot about it. January the 16th is over.
For real.
Right? So this is where you get this stuff from, man.
And that's a great point that Ak made, man. I would say you making resolutions and promises that our people do not even keep. Genesis chapter 8, verse 22.
The book of Genesis, chapter 8, verse 22. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat.
It says seed time and harvest. The Most High God has given us input on what? On the seasons. Seed time. Read on up.
Seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter.
And summer and winter. Read on up.
And day and night shall not cease.
And guess what? These things won't cease. A lot of times Esau has our people tapping into their beat of the drum and have them playing their song instead of listening to the songs of the Most High. The Most High God ordained days, man. He ordained days. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 1, and verse 5.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night.
Setting up days and nights. Read on up.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
No, the first day start at midnight.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
So God is letting us know that the day starts when? In the evening. Meaning when what? When the sun goes down. And I know a lot of times we have been programmed. I'm talking about Esau has programmed us, boy, like we in the Matrix. It's not a coincidence that why they make these movies. They're shooting shots at our people. And even when we see it, we still can't comprehend it. They have changed it and said, no, it starts at midnight. Nowhere in the Bible does it tell you that. The Most High God has given us the understanding so we won't what? So we won't go astray. We literally have an open book test. And a lot of times brothers and sisters are not using these things, man. Read that again, huh?
Genesis 1 and 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
This dictates time. This dictates what a day and what a new day begins. The standard is set by the Most High God, man. Go ahead, Art.
Let's get into Second Ezra right quick. Second Ezra chapter 6, going into the same thing. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 38. Like you saying, predicated on the day, looking at it that the day starts in the evening, through the night, on to the morning, through the day. Right? Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 38.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 38. And I said, O Lord, thou speakest from the beginning of the creation.
So this is from the beginning of time, going back what we read in Genesis chapter 1, right? Read.
Even the first day.
Going into the first day, man, right? Read.
And said it thus, let heaven and earth be made. And thy word was a perfect work.
So this is a perfect work, man. So this is the reason why these things shouldn't be changed, man. This was a perfect work that the Lord did. How he created the days, how he created the months, the Sabbaths, and the weeks, man, right? Read.
Verse 39. And then was the spirit and darkness and silence were on every side. The sound of man's voice was not yet formed.
So guess what? Before the man even have a voice, the Lord made the days. Y'all see how they go? Before the man, so how do we think now we got a voice, so now we can change what the Lord say, man? Right? This before a man's voice was even made, right? Read on.
Then commandest thou a fair light to come forth of thy treasures.
Right? Read.
That thy work might appear.
Right? So good. You just read down, guess what? You go into the second day, the third day. This is how it's reading in Second Ezra, man. So this is a good read. This is precept with Genesis chapter 1, man. Right? So before a man can even say anything about God's laws, statutes, and commandments, his days, whatever, guess what? Before the man voice was formed, the Lord made the days and times. So we shouldn't try, like I said, how the hell we gonna come here and change? Go ahead,
And that kills, like we say, this is something that brothers want to make sure they put in their notes. They like saving. Oh, you got something got the Maccabees? Go ahead, read that. Oh, no, go ahead. Explain it to him.
Well, like he was just saying, I don't know if y'all ever seen this. I think I showed it to the classes a while back though. But this is how the calendar they had looked, and he's explaining exactly how it was about the rains when he just read about the wet season and the dry season, well, the summer and the cold season. And this is how they have their calendar like this, but it also shows you how the months go into our month, which is letting you know on the calendar that they have is letting you know that the first month of New Year is right all the way at the same time, April and March. They already know these things. They change them like the brother said. They change them. So to change the time, to keep everybody confused, think they're gonna buy time, and to keep y'all away from this word of what's really going on. They just lie.
That's right.
58:3. They just lie about everything.
And let's prove that. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 15. Because that's what our job here is to do, brothers. Our job, and sisters too, they have a job as well. Our job is to turn these things right side up. How do brothers do that? We do that by building yourself up, getting yourself right side up, being able to be profitable to brothers and sisters to teach. Sisters do that by what? By carrying yourselves right side up, being an example, being a light. That thing is very, very heavy. It's not just the appearance, it's the things that you say out of your mouth, it's your actions, it's all those things rolled up into one. Read that out.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord.
And that's brothers and sisters in general. You know, our people in the truth, and we know that this is the Most High God shooting obvious shots at Esau, because that's what they do. They seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord and from his people. Read on up.
And their works are in the dark.
And their works are in the dark, meaning in wickedness. That's what they do by setting and changing times and laws, man. Read on up.
And they say, who seeth us?
And they don't think nobody sees us, sees them, Salaki. But guess what? How are we able to see them? We're able to see them through the scriptures. We're able to see them because they're not lining up with thus saith the Lord. Then we're able to identify who the wicked is according to the Bible. The Bible is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart, man. Meaning what? It's literally showing in the world who Esau really is. And guess what? The Bible shows brothers and sisters who they really are too, though. Because it's a mirror looking right back at you. Meaning what? If you're not doing these things in the Bible, shame on you. It's literally showing the spirit that you have. Sisters not in order with their husbands. Sisters not in order, period. Brothers not in order, man. This thing is a mirror looking back at you, man. And it's going to see if you're going to adjust and do what? Build yourself up and apply these scriptures, man. And grow from those things that, guess what? You was falling in. Read on, huh?
And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?
That's what they thinking, man. This is the counsel that they seek deep to hide. That's why they have these think tanks, to constantly keep our people what? Not knowing who we are. Predicated upon Christianity, teaching our people that there's no such thing as nationality. Why in the hell do y'all put those things on job applications then? I mean, it makes no sense, man. Read on, huh?
Verse 16. Surely you're turning of things upside down.
Of what?
Surely you're turning of things upside down.
And that's what Esau has done. He has turned everything upside down, including us. Everything is upside down, man. Like we say, they tell you to do this, the Most High God tell us to do that. They say what? The day starts in midnight, the Most High God says it starts when the sun goes down. That's right. Everything is totally opposite and upside down, man. That's how we know who this person is, man. That's how we know Esau can't hide himself. You got somebody? Go ahead.
That's good.
Read on. Yeah, so read on.
Verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Because the Most High God is the one forming. That's the Most High God's work, man. Read on, huh?
For shall the work say of him that made it, He made me not.
So if the Most High God made a particular way, you can't go against your maker. Even Esau, the Most High God is the maker of Esau. He's doing his part. It's only us that's not doing our part, man. He was set up to be the wicked of the earth, man, to do these things. Why in the hell we would want to follow behind him when we know exactly who he is in the scriptures now? That's why it's so important to teach our people who they are. And that's why the other nations and most of our people don't like that. We have to understand and get our people to understand who they are first so you can change, understanding the great heritage that you have, man.
I want to see your brothers and sisters thinking. What precept did he just bring out right there for Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16?
Isaiah 24:1.
No, that ain't what I'm looking for. Read it again.
16.
Yeah.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
What precept is that?
Oh,
See it, brother, in tune, man.
I can't tell the.
Well, but I ask you what precept that is. Let's go to Romans, man. Come on, brothers should be knowing this, man. Romans chapter 9. Yeah, Romans chapter 9. Right? Verse 21.
Romans chapter 9, verse 21. Has not the potter power over the clay
Going into the same thing, read.
of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
So this is how brothers should be thinking when precepts come out. This should be like, you should be thinking like, dang, I read that before. Where did I get that from? Right? Because when you see Paul quoting something, he ain't just really quoting, he ain't quoting something that he made up. This is in the Old Testament. You can go find it somewhere, right? When Christ quoted something, you can go find it. Why did he say that to the people? Go look it up why he said it. Because it's literally in the Bible. Right? Read.
You want some more on that?
Yeah.
22. What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath, fitted to destruction?
So guess what? This is the Lord's doing, man. Because we jump back up to verse 19. Verse 4. Jump back up to verse 14. Shalak.
Verse 14, Romans chapter 9, verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid.
God said he forbid, man. Read.
For he said to Moses,
what he say to Moses?
I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
He said he gonna have mercy on whom he have mercy on, right? Read.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
So that's why when he was talking about the potter and the clay, because guess what? He's the potter, we the clay. Right? The Lord said, no, I could make one fitted for the destruction. I could make one, guess what, for honor, one for dishonor.
That's
I
right.
can make it how I want.
It's not hard. It's not hard for our God. I don't see why they can't understand it. No, he doesn't like you. He said he doesn't. He made you for what? Dishonor. That's what he just said. It's not unrighteousness with God because he made it how he made it. That's a great precept. You go back to Isaiah?
Yeah.
So, and what Benaniyah is bringing out, this 29 and 15 and 16 is basically like he's saying, it's lifting up the skirt of Esau, man. It's like, how in the hell can you listen to the vessel rather than listen to the creator, right? How can you listen to a man tell you something, but not go to your God and get the true understanding of it, man? That's what God is saying, man. You want 16 again?
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. What shall the work say of him that made it? He made me not.
He made me what?
He made me not.
We don't know.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Meaning what? We are the things framed, and the Most High God is the framer. We can't question how the Most High God did what he did. He's the Most High God. He's literally giving you the understanding through the scriptures. Another precept brothers can get is what? Sirach chapter 33, verse 13. Let's get that right quick.
Boy, that's...
Go ahead.
And they killed that LGBTQML stuff, man. Right? They killed it, man. He made me, ain't got no understanding. No, he made you who he made you, man.
That's right.
Upright. You sought out wicked inventions, like many of our people, man. We get on brothers and sisters from the LGBTK community, but that covers all spectrums of wickedness, man. Most High God made our people to be upright, but we want to do what we want to do. That's the fact. And we had to learn through the understanding of the scriptures. And when we try to do what we want to do, it always turns out wrong. And a lot of times, brothers and sisters have to really bump their head really hard to understand that. Most High God literally got to bring us to a lower state for people to get that. You would think that we will read these things through the scriptures and apply them fast. That let brothers and sisters know you're really not understanding what you're reading. Read this, Art.
Which one?
Sirach 33 and 13.
The book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it at his pleasure. So man is in the hand of him that made him.
Meaning the Most High, read on.
To render to them as liketh him best.
To render to him like it God's best. That's what the Most High God did. He has fashioned our people. He made us upright, man. And that's something that we need to be constantly trying to attain to. Even going back to Esau. Esau says it's 31, 30 days, 32 days, all these 28, 29 days. What did the Most High God ordain? Any brother know the precept? How can we prove that the Most High God is in perfect balance? Any precept do brothers know? Because I know we done kind of covered this before. Let's go to the book of Genesis. I would say we cover as many things as we can concerning time and how Esau has changed all these things upside down, thinking that he's giving himself more time, but he's actually not. Because like we said, the Most High God is shortening the days. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 8 and verse 2.
The book of Genesis, chapter 8, verse 2. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped.
This is going into Noah and the flood. Read on. So brothers, put a title. Sisters, put your title if you don't understand the subtitles. Many books should have it. It gives you a little subtitle of what the chapters is going into. Read that again from the top up.
Genesis chapter 8, verse 2. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated.
Were what?
Abated.
So this is going into when the Most High God had the what? The waters recede from the flood. Keep reading up.
Verse 4. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat.
So we have the ark resting in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. The mountains of Ararat today is what modern day place today? See, brother? Turkey. All praise. Read on. And that place is still there. Most High God leaving those things as a mark, as a sign to let them know that this word is the truth. That stuff is there, man. I'm talking about technology is at our fingertips, so we just would not use it. Read on, up.
Verse 5. And the waters decreased continually unto the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also, he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned to him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth.
Jump over to chapter 7 and verse 10.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month.
This is the point. Y'all make sure y'all catch the equation. We're going into the second month on the 17th day, and then they had it what on the 7th month of what?
The 17th day.
So how many days in between that is it? And it was 150 days.
30 days.
30 days. You understand that, Brother Renard? Don't just be saying, yeah, you really don't. Because what you're doing, you know, is how many
Yeah.
months?
How many
many
months
months?
between the second and the seventh?
Yes, you got the second month and you got the 7th month. How many months are between? So what would you do? 7 minus 2 gives you what? 5. Then you would take 5 and divide it by what? 100. How many days? Say it again.
150.
150 to give you 30 days. You understand that? Are y'all sure? The point is Genesis 7 and 10. You have to link those things up with what? Genesis chapter 8 and verses 3 and 4. Salaki.
Mm-hmm. It gave you the clues. 150 days from the second month to the 7th month.
Remember, second month on the 17th day with the 7th month on the 17th day. And he's telling you that it was 150 days. Letting you know 30 days for each month.
30. So, and then now, think about it. How smart is that how many, if we got 30 days in each month, 12 months, what is that?
That's right. How many days is that?
Circle.
360. That's right. Y'all see how he has deceived our people. Do sisters understand that? I know we don't cover this many times. I know sisters take good notes, but is it a sister that don't understand? Like we say, 5 months in between 150 days. Most High God is giving us clues, even mathematics in the Bible, man. The brothers and sisters are reading these things carefully.
That's right. 5 going to 15, how many times? 3 times.
That's right.
Put your 0 on it.
Make sure y'all write those precepts. That's why I said precept must be upon precept. So even like how Twin said, that let us know that it's what, not 365 days. So Esau thinking he's slick as hell. Thinking he gonna give himself 5 extra days. Nigga, sit the hell down, man. Most High God snatching that thing up. You got even less time than you even think, man. And they know that, man. Think about what's going on in the world, man. These things are heating up, man. You got Russia versus Ukraine. That war ain't stopped. Just because Israel and Hamas still going at it, that war ain't stopped. Then you got China, Japan, thinking about Taiwan. You got all these parts playing the fashion. You got Kim Jong-un, whatever his damn name is. He is crazy, man. He just shooting missiles over there in the seas. He crazy, man. You got Iran steady attacking United States in the Mediterranean. Man, you got things stirring up and spirits stirring up in the world, man. We have to be alert to what's going on. That's why I said redeeming the time, because these days are evil, brothers and sisters, man. These days are really evil. Let's go to the book of Daniel, chapter what? What precept? Remember, what's the title? See if brothers in the spirit. Because we're going into what? The title is an obvious clue.
Daniel 7:25.
All praise, Brother Fred, you in the spirit, man. Daniel 7 and 25.
I ain't gonna pray. You've been reading a little bit, eh?
You got all that. Go over the notes there.
But you know what? That's how it's supposed to do. It's supposed to show on you.
That's right.
If you study, it's supposed to show, man. Right? One thing about knowledge, guess what? And one thing, if the Lord put a light on you, guess what? It's hard. When you walk in, you got darkness around you, guess what? Everybody's gonna see that light.
That's right. They ain't supposed to.
That's right.
You get to read that out.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. and he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Who is this he that is talking about? Remember, the Most High God has always had the proper shoot shots at Esau. It talks about our people, but on a different level, it's talking about Esau, man. And he shall speak. How does he speak great words against the Most High? Give me an example, Brother Judah. How does Esau speak great words? Because when we read the scriptures, we want to make sure that we fully understand these things. How does he speak great words against the Most High, Judah? No, just tell me what you think. Go ahead. By changing the time. That's exactly right. Give me an example. What did he change? Days. He did what? Changed the what? Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. He changed the months of the year.
Right.
He changed the seasons.
Yeah.
The times of the year. This is how he speak great words against the Most High. And brothers that are up and coming teaching, y'all have to be able to put these notes together. It's not enough for brothers to bring out the precept. No, you have to bring some more understanding with it. That's what we tell brothers. It's more than about knowing the precept. You got to know the history. You got to understand the cultural context of why you're bringing these things out. You know, it's not enough for you just to bring a precept out just to be super deep. Because we know a lot of times that's the goal for new brothers in the truth, to be deep. Go ahead.
I don't know if you had this on there. Let's go to Rebel. Did you have Rebel?
No, it don't matter. You know, I
Revelation
count
12 and
brothers
12.
on certain precepts.
Because you had just stated it.
anyway. No, go ahead.
What you want, man?
Revelation 12, verse 12.
Remember what we was talking about, like keeping precepts in context, right?
That's right.
Knowing the author, knowing the audience. Every chapter, book, verse has an author and it has an audience. You have to find that. You have to find that out.
And that was going into our class. How many brothers and sisters watch our class, man? Raise your hands. Talking about Captain Yara, you should obviously know, you know, because he's literally giving the alley-oop to those things on how to properly precept. Standing different type of, you put all these different understandings together, you'll have a fairly good understanding of the scriptures. But if Negroes don't like to listen and niggettes don't like to listen, that understanding gonna stay stagnant, man. And brothers and sisters have to be able to discern that too. Read that up.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Hey, we need to be careful that he's saying, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Why do you think Esau is causing so much destruction? Why do you think all of these things are going on and trying to gentrify, not gentrify, but genocide?
Well, yeah, he doing that too.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he's gentrifying. He changing, trying to get more land. He already got everything more, for real. But it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, meaning, hey, y'all need to be careful that destruction is about to come. Read.
And of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
That devil that has come down. Esau has come down and having great wrath. Amalek having great wrath. Boy, I heard him just singing a song the other day. Y'all didn't hear that chant? They was chanting.
It was all in the group.
They was chanting. The military was chanting.
Oh, nice.
That we need to obey this one commandment that we strike down Amalek. And I was thinking to myself, y'all are Amalek. But they was trying to say that the Palestinians were. But go ahead.
Therefore, I'm going to start from the beginning. Verse 12 of Revelation chapter 12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time.
This is why he done all that. He's changing the times. He's trying to get people confused. He want big Babylon the Great, keep everybody confused because he knows his time is short. That's why he's coming down with his destructions. Why he got to do these things. This is why he's in the business. I got to change these times. I got to make you think, because a lot of our people don't think it's gonna come. A lot of our people live so long we can say, oh, Jesus is coming back. But a lot of us don't be believing that. especially when we was in that world. We really wasn't believing that. We thought we had time. We used to think about how we gonna be when we 85. Now you're the truth. You better be just thinking about what you're gonna be doing next week.
But that's one of the things that Paul was talking about dying daily, right? Because guess what, man? Yeah, we plan for the future, but how we plan for the future is by keeping the commandments.
That's how you do it, yeah.
And a lot of times, like you say, with brothers and sisters, like I made a good point. A lot of people, we really don't think about. We really don't just really consider that your house shall coming back. We don't really consider that. We just look at our situation, what we got going on right now, and then we forget about that.
Yeah.
Right? That's how our brother can get out of spirit, that's how sister get out of spirit. Guess what, man? That's how things can get out of order, man. Right? We got to consider the time. Why you think Romans 13 and 11, when they say it's high time to wake up out of sleep, man?
Yeah. And the one thing about it is keeping the commandments at all times, guaranteed, no matter what time you gotta go. Whether it be next week, tomorrow, today, 2 years from now, 100 years from now, 200 years, it doesn't matter. Keeping the laws give you that guarantee no matter what happens in these times, you'll be in a safe place.
And you know what? I got to say this, man. I mean, I was talking to a brother and a sister that was in the truth, man. They was in the truth heavy. And I guess I just really trying to think about this. Man, they used to be on fire, man, but when you talk to them now, they don't believe in nothing, man. Like, what if your mind can have all of us sitting here, we in Sabbath class, we know we on fire right now. Do we ever think about, dang, what if I don't come back to Sabbath class no more? What if I can't pick my Bible up and read no more? What if I'm just doing all this, man, and I just ain't gonna make it? All right? Some people lose their way, guess what? And some people lose their way to the point that when we doing this, hey, they don't see no end. You got to have a vision of the end. If you have no vision, the Lord said you will perish. You got to have a vision. I got a goal. If you don't have a goal set for you to make it to the kingdom, you're gonna perish. You're gonna get about it. It's true. That's it.
Right.
And that's one thing, man. We gotta stop telling each other.
Well, I'm never gonna get out this truth. Well, that ain't your decision anyway, first of all. The thing is, what you should be saying is, praying to your God, please don't take that spirit away from me.
That's right.
To get out of this truth. Because you being bold, you ain't never did nothing anyway. You ain't got no control over your own dang on self. So I ain't never gonna do this. Boy, I done seen it 1,000 times. I mean, I used to say that I never do drugs. I was on the microphone on. I got that. So don't tell me what you're on there. I ain't never gonna do. Don't say that.
Right.
You need to get that honor to the Most High. Most High, please don't allow that to happen.
That's right. That's right.
That's all.
Verse 12, man. What if somebody said, well, the inhabitants of the earth, y'all in the earth? That could be talking about you. You in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
How would you refute that? How would you let them know that no, this is definitely talking about Esau? What's a precept? A main precept that we always pull. Job 9:24, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. And then the proof is in the scripture because it says inhabitants of the earth and the sea.
And the sea.
See, that's Esau's whole game plan. See, we in this earth, but is it ours? Right, it's ours, but we ain't running it right now. Right? It was made to be ours, but we ain't even inhabiting this thing. We just in here.
Because we read a lot of times about merchants when they talk about merchants all the time. Where do that merchants come from? What is it about? No, how is everybody making money in this world? On the sea. Goods, cargo.
Coming to and fro.
Even when the planes, they still got to fly across the sea.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's talking about. That's why they deal in maritime law. I know y'all hear me saying that all the time, but I say that because that's what's really going on, because the Bible speaks on it over and over. We just don't understand exactly what it's saying. When it's talking about the sea and merchants and the waters and stuff, it's because that's how a lot of commerce goes out in the world. And guess what? We're not involved in none of it.
That verse 12 is heavy, man. Because he said, for the devil is come down unto you. Right? He said he come down having a great wrath, man. So if he can change the times and laws, guess what? That brings anything to bring us out of order, man. We got to think about what the Lord told us in Psalms chapter 2. King David warned us of this, man. Psalms chapter 2, man, in verse 3, right? They had to break the bands asunder, man. Let's go get there right quick. Go get this right quick. Psalm chapter 2. What David was talking about, man. Right? Psalm chapter 2 and start at verse 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 2.
Verse 1, I'd like
Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage?
read.
And the people imagine a vain thing.
Right? This is what we talking about, man, right? Read.
The kings of the earth set themselves.
They set themselves. Guess what? This is the devil coming down, man. The kings of the earth set themselves. Read.
And the rulers take counsel together against the Lord.
No, against themselves, man.
Against the Lord.
This was good because guess what? They want to go against the Lord. That's why they changed the times and laws, man. Right? Read it.
And against his anointed.
And guess what? Against this, because if they can get us out of order, that's how they rule the world. This is what Judah. That's what they saying in Judah chapter 5, man. Saying it plainly, man. Judah chapter 5 and verse 20 makes it plain, right? The point is,
because the order is us being the head.
that's right.
Right.
That's the order. So they trying their best to keep us not being the head.
Right.
That's good.
And that's the point of it, right? Verse 3, the point.
And against the Lord and against his anointed, saying,
And against the anointed is us, read, saying.
let us break their bands asunder
Guess what? He said, break the bands asunder, read.
and cast away their cords from us.
Because guess what? We had a communication with the Lord. We had a direct path. When we called on the Lord, he answered us, man. How do you think, man, that the prophets can pray to the Lord? Hey, Lord, rain down fire. And the Lord rain down fire. All right? How do you think that the prophets, guess what, say, hey, you know what? Y'all put y'all God over here. Hey, we want y'all to sacrifice this. Guess what? We're gonna pour water all the way around our sacrifice. And the Lord, and I'm gonna pray to God right here in front of all y'all, and he's gonna lick up all the dust off the ground. And the sacrifice and the fire and everything gone. Because we had a direct band of thunder with the Lord. We had a direct band with the Lord. So, but now they cast that away, right? By changing the laws in the time, man. That's why the devil's down here with us, man. This thing, guess what? It's a real deal. So by us staying in the right spirit, guess what? We trying to get this accord right back with the Lord, man. Right? This is the building form for us to get this back, man.
The power that you have to choke.
That's right.
What brother got the precept for anointed? What you got, Ak? Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. That says anointed.
Yeah.
But is that showing you who the anointed of the Lord is?
That's right.
That's the thing about the context of the precept that you got to go into.
All praise, Ak.
That's a good one.
So that line, you gotta speak up.
Yeah, you gotta speak up, Ak.
Leviticus chapter 7 and 36.
I'm gonna tell you, brothers say that because they don't be sure. But if you got it in your notes, and we done affirmed it, and the scriptures are more important, the scriptures affirm it, you know, Leviticus chapter 7, verse 36. I'm gonna read it right quick. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 7 and verse 36, which the Lord commanded to be given them of the children of Israel in the day that he anointed them by a statute forever throughout their generations. So that's literally showing you who the anointed is. Everybody is not the anointed of the Most High God. That's something else that they has changed. Everybody can be anointed. No, you have to give me a Bible verse. That's why we literally precept and give brothers and sisters these precepts. Go ahead.
Right. So that's the precept you would want to go to first for anointing. You want to get that basically the definition, if that's the sense of it. Then you can go to your Isaiah, and then you can bring it out and show, hey, your Psalms 115 and 105, all these other precepts were anointed, and I'm showing you that the anointed is of the Lord. But the first one you want to go to is that Leviticus, man.
You understand that, Brother Dawood? Let's go back to Daniel 7 and 25.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
And guess what? They wearing our behinds out, man.
It is.
Brothers and sisters, hey, boys, say it's been a trying week for brothers and sisters, man. Yeah, trying money, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
Hey, brothers and sisters know, man. They wearing us out, man, in captivity, in these damn religions, in the society, in all facets of society, man. They wearing us out, man. But the thing is, we got to hold it down, man, and then do what? And endure to the end, brothers and sisters. Read on up.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Read on.
And think to change times and laws.
The key word in there is what? To think to change times and laws, meaning they can't really change what the Most High God has set up. Only thing they can change is our mind, and that's what they have done. They changed our minds about daylight saving times, about how many days in the months of the year, what is the seasons, what is the high holy days. They changed all those things, man. Changing the Sabbath to Sunday. What haven't they changed? Read on, huh?
And think to change times and laws. And they shall be given unto his hand until a time and time,
meaning to, read on.
And the dividing of time.
Times is 100, times is 200, meaning double, and a dividing of times, basically going into 350 years. And that's for another class as well, where brothers and sisters get that breakdown. It's literally given into their hands, meaning during the time when we was in slavery and that time that we started to come up out of slavery. So we seeing this, what they're doing. But what the Most High God said, let's go to the book of Proverbs 11 and 1.
They think they can push that God loves everybody.
That's right.
But the Israelites, we already know, right? The great precept of the Most High giving us.
Changing laws like what? What laws have they changed? Now you can eat pork. Now you don't have, a man don't have to grow their beards. You can be a homosexual. Sabbath day. Many other precepts, many other laws too. And these are things that brothers have to be thinking about when we out there on the streets, to bring up these specific points. More importantly, to bring up the scriptures that back up these points. And that's where brothers' study habits has to grow, man. It has to grow. Get there, read that out.
The book of Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord.
Read that again, Doc.
A false balance.
A what?
A false balance.
Now, we use that in retrospect of the class, but brothers and sisters need to learn to apply that to themselves. A false balance, meaning what? If you're doing much more wickedness than you are righteousness, that's a false balance, man. That is a false balance, and that balance is going to get brothers and sisters killed. Guess what? You always want to have your righteousness outweigh your wickedness, because we know that sin is with us. We know. But the thing is to do what? To be striving to keep the commandments, according to what? Proverbs chapter 21, verse 6. A just man does what? They fall, man. But you keep getting back up. Ain't like that brother, that sister that, guess what? Just stay down. No, you're going to die if you stay down, man.
And the scales are tilted bad since we come out of the world.
So like in 24 and 16.
Our sin's been way down here. Our righteousness stuff is on the scale. It's way up here. So that just lets you know how much righteousness we have to put getting in these laws, doing what the Most High God say. In order to balance that scale out, we got a long way to go. We got to put a whole lot of weight on this side in order to balance the scale on our life that we're going to live.
And you know what? That's a law, right? What law was it? Brothers got the law?
The law, what we just said.
What we just read. Said a false balance is abomination to the Lord. A just weight is his delight. Leviticus 19:35. That's a law, man.
Oh, praise. Write that precept next to that. Write that law.
Because like you say, when they quote scriptures, man, they not quoting it just to be quoting it, man.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
So
Leviticus 19:35. That was the precept right beside it.
read Proverbs 11:1 again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord.
That's an abomination. So we see that Esau is constantly doing what? Perpetuating abomination, giving false balances out here. Read on.
But a just weight is,
what?
But a just weight
Read on.
is his delight.
That a just weight is his delight, brothers and sisters. Meaning what? You need to make sure that, guess what? Your actions is lining up with thus said the Lord. That your mind, that the things that you speak is lining up with thus said the Lord. That's giving you a just balance. You have to literally check these things off the list. Prime example, even for sisters, my sisters that have a problem with their mouths. That's something that you can check off the list. Discipline of mouth. Check that off. Sirach 26. Sirach and many other precepts. Praying for discipline. If you have a problem with staying in order with your husband, you have to do what? Genesis chapter 3, verse 16, Genesis 2 and 18. These are things that you have to check off the list. Even for brothers. If brothers deal with lust, checking off Leviticus chapter 18, meditating on those things. If brothers have a problem with dealing with counts, taking counts, various precepts in the book of Sirach, check those things off. Brothers got a problem with order, checking those things off in what? In the book of Numbers, how he had set and ordained leaders, judges, officers to do what? To bring forth, to set up order and to bring what? Out correction, to bring out counsel. Go ahead.
No, that's right.
Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy 4 and 2. Because that's basically what Esau is doing. Changing laws, they add it to the words of the Most High. And the Most High God don't need no damn help, man.
It's like in Second Ezra, when we was reading Second Ezra chapter 6, you got to think. It's like, man just sitting around waiting so he can talk, so he can change something, man. Like his mouth ain't even big, but man, voice ain't one even made, man. He's just waiting. They want to just think about it. Even some of our people right now, you just think about this, people that's watching the class, some of the people online, and guess what? Some of the people might be here. They can't wait for precepts to come out so they can change the precept, man.
Right.
Oh, they didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Well, give me the breakdown.
That's right.
Yeah.
What that mean did, right?
That's
That's what I
right.
love to tell them, man. You break it down.
That's right.
Because when they do it, they know darn well either you finna be one ignorant, savage son of a gun, or you finna go by what you just read.
That's right. Get that, read that out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I commanded you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it.
So you can't add to the word, you damn sure can't take away. Esau has did what? Done both.
Mm-hmm.
So he getting a double judgment, man. Esau getting this behind judge, man. Whether brothers and sisters like it or not, man, to our fellow coon brothers and sisters that are out there, we gotta say it like that. We can't play the games, man. Because that's basically what they're doing. Because they're literally putting their oppressor over their God. We can't do that, brothers and sisters, man. What brother got the precept to that? What you say? Revelations what, brother? I know goddamn well. Brother Bam. 2 weeks, 3 weeks of it. This brother Bam, I ain't wishing it. This brother Bam not know that precept. What's the precept, brother Bam?
I know it's at the
That goddamn brother Bam. Boy, y'all see what it's saying? Which I'm gonna tell y'all, that is a testimony, man.
It is.
If brothers come in here and be diligent, man, he know it's somewhere in the end. Guess what? That brother right. He get it to that brother. Revelations 22 and 18, because that is at the end. That goddamn brother Bam, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, that brother been studying, man. And that's a testament to brothers that are in here, man. This about 3 weeks, man. Come on, man. Let's get there right quick, man. And brother was on that thing, man.
Yeah.
Shit, brother Bam in the spirit, man. Bro, for to get a Hebrew name today. That boy say, y'all be trying not to cuss and stuff, man. Say, brother Bam, that goddamn brother Bam's in the spirit, man. All praise, I read that, man.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 18. For I testify to every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things.
If any man shall do what?
If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book.
So now we see why Esau is deserving the judgment that he's getting, because he is added to the Most High God's word. So the Most High God is going to add to his plagues. That's why ain't nobody getting the type of plagues that Esau is going to get. His ultimate plague is to be what? Wiped off the planet Earth, man. No other nation is getting that, man, but Esau, showing you the level of wickedness that they have, man.
That's right.
Because we know ultimately that the Most High God don't change. Let's get that in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6.
And anytime you go do their religion, only way it works, even both of them, Islam and Christianity. The only way you can make that work is take away and add. That's
right.
The only way you can even come up with a doctrine that the Christianity.
That's right. That's a great point too.
That's right.
Just think about it. They constantly add to Paul's right. Constantly add. Breaking down scriptures wrong, breaking down words wrong.
Then take away the whole Old Testament.
Yeah, that's what they do, man. That's right. That's right.
Read that right quick, huh?
The book of Malachi, book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not.
So the Most High God is not changing. He did not change the way that he set up and dictated times. He has not changed, brothers and sisters, man. That's only Esau that has done these things in the earth. He don't change. Let's get a precept. Let's go to the book of James, chapter 1, verse 17.
Book of James, chapter 1, verse 17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and coming down from the Father of light.
Of what?
The Father of light.
Because the Most High God enlightened us with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Read on up.
With whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning.
Neither what?
Neither shadow of turning.
Neither does the Most High God have a shadow of turning. That's a shout out to Brother Balad, man. I brought that precept out in Capt 101 a few weeks ago, man. All praise. Most High God is not turning from what? From his words, from his understanding. Guess what? He stays the same. What you got?
Hebrews 13 and 8.
All praise, Brother Fred. Hey, Brother Fred, Brother Bam. Brother better be sitting over there by them brothers, man.
Them older gentlemen, man. That's what they say, when you get old, your mind leave a little bit. Right? Well, they making you youngsters look bad, man. I guess the 60 to do 30, huh?
Put your hand down. Put your hand down. Put your hand down.
Same old 60.
All praise, man. Brother shout what? Malachi 3 and 6. James 1 and 17. And what? Hebrews 13 and 8.
Okay, we got to go, because a lot of times Christians, they be trying to find a way to get in. What was Christians subscribe to the Apocrypha, right? Go to Sirach chapter 21, because we want a brother and a sister to be able to break this down, because we know Christians, they reach, right? Guess what? Muslims, they reach. Guess what? Israel nigga reach too.
Yeah, Jake. We ain't talking from State Farm.
Go to Sirach 21, verse 15. Read that out.
The book of Sirach, chapter 21, verse 15.
Right, read it.
If a skillful man hear a wise word,
Right.
he shall commend it,
He shall first commend it, read, like, dang, that was good, read.
and add unto it.
Well,
But-
okay, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Y'all see that part? So he said, skillful man, if you hear the word, he'll commend the word and he'll add unto it. We just read in Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 2. And in Revelation 22 and 18, both said the same thing about not adding to the word and taking away from the word, right? Why is it saying it's a skillful man here where he can add unto it? Why is it saying it?
Precept upon precept.
What, say it again?
Precept upon.
Because it's precept upon precept,
Right.
right? Because when the person, that's why the scripture says always plain into the holy, but it's a stumbling block to the wicked, right? Because if somebody hear this, guess what? They'll try to come back. They told us, we supposed to add on to the word. That means we can add our own words. No, that don't mean you can add your own damn words. You got to use the Bible to prove that what this scripture means. You can't, it ain't, so skillful man, he'll hear the word, he'll commend it. Like, just like what we up here, like we've been teaching like this for years now.
That's right.
So how we've been teaching, it's no practice how we practice. We don't practice how we teach. Guess what? We come out here, whoever, if it's been a night a week to teach, guess what? We gonna hear his class, and a skillful man hear his class, and we pull precepts on based on what he's bringing to the table, right? He's communing with the Lord all week long. Guess what? To try to bring the class, and then guess what? The skillful man's up here with him. We hear the word and we add to the word by bringing precept upon precept.
That's right.
Right? This is what a skillful man will do. But that's why you say, don't get fooled just because you read this right here. Oh, it told me I'm not gonna read the Bible because it got contradictions in there. No, there's no contradiction. You just ain't got enough understanding.
Yeah. That's
Right?
all that it is.
That's all that is, man. Read it out.
Sirach 21 and 15. If a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it.
Then what precept was brother put there beside it? Isaiah 28, 9 and 10, right, read?
But as soon as one of no understanding hears it, it displeases him, and he casteth it behind his back.
So guess what? Soon as a person, that's why I say, that's why the scripture says plain unto the holy, but it's a stumbling block to the wicked, man. Right? That's why it's so easily to cast it behind his back, because they don't understand the scriptures, man. Right? That's not just that. That's how people cast counsel away. Right? Because you don't understand, so forget it. I don't want to do none of it.
That's right.
Because we're a nation of people that give up on any damn thing, man. Right? We so quick to give up, but we don't want the Lord to give up on us, though. Right?
Like talking to somebody about your friend. Hey, man, what the things on your shirt? Man, you wear them all the time. Yep. They on every shirt. I don't leave out the house without. They be like, all right. What can they say? What can they add into it? No, they can't. So they cast behind them. Okay, well, that's good. That's all they got for you. They can't say, well, oh yeah, brother, I've been trying to get that with me and my wife been listening. No, they can't do that. All they say is, hey, okay. That's what that's going into right there, man.
That's right. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 1. Remember, the Most High God don't change, men do. Men change. And it's our job to try to be as close to the Most High God as possible. Like Christ said, be ye therefore perfect, even as my Father in heaven is perfect. That's something that brothers and sisters must maneuver. You get there, read that out.
The book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 1.
Bring it out.
The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven, with its glorious shoot, the sun when it appeared.
Meaning the Most High God is going into things that are in the heavens. Read on out.
The sun when it appeared, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High.
So we see the sun is what letting us know that we're what? In the daytime. Read on out.
At noon, it parched the country.
It says at noon it parches the country, meaning it burns it up. Meaning what? The sun is at its highest when what? At noonday. You had in the ancient time where they had sundials, where they would use the shade of the sun to determine time. Read on out.
The sun, when it appeared, declaring at its rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. At noon, it parted the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof?
Because, hey, you trying to catch shade in the summertime, especially in Texas, boy. I know brothers and sisters done got a whiff of it this past summer. Read on.
A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more.
So the Most High God is comparing it to a brother that's doing what? Doing metallurgy work. The Most High God said it's burning it 10 times more. Read on.
Breathing out fiery vapors and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eye.
Read on now.
Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment it runneth haste.
Meaning the sun is doing what it's supposed to do. The sun was commanded to do what? Give us light during the daytime as an instrument of what? Being the day. Letting us know when the day starts and when what? When the evening starts. Read on out.
He made the moon also to serve in her season.
So now he's going into the moon. The moon is made for what? To give us understanding of the night and to give us understanding on how to celebrate our high holy days. Read on.
For a declaration of time.
For a what?
For a declaration of time.
Read on out.
And a sign of the world.
And a sign of the world. And this is double fold, literally going into the planet Earth and also going into what? The world of Israel. Because we need the moon to what? To be able to determine our high holy days, when to give the Most High God praises. Read on up.
From the moon is the sign of feast. A light that increases in her perfection.
It says from the moon is a sign of feast. So the Most High God lets us know that the moon dictates what our feast days, but it doesn't dictate what the 7-day Sabbath. Because what? Why doesn't it dictate the 7-day Sabbath? Ehud?
Because that's a whole different type of Sabbath. We were given the weekly Sabbath first, and then the feast.
On what day?
The 7th day.
When was the moon created?
4th day.
That's right. That's the point that you got to bring forth.
That's right.
Meaning the moon was created the 4th day. 3 days later, we still had a 7-day Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Just get straight to the point. Read on.
From the moon is the light, is the sign of feast. A light that decreases in her perfection.
It's a light that decreases in her perfection. Read on now.
The month is called after her name.
So now we know what a month gets its name from. It gets its name from what? From the moon. Let you know the month is dictated by the moons. Read on now.
Increasing wonderfully in her changes. Being an instrument of the armies above.
And we know Captain Maccabees. Salakia did an extensive breakdown on this. Salakia, read on.
Being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
Read on.
The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest place of the Lord.
So it's telling you the stars, the moon, and the sun, these are the instruments in the heavens. Read on.
At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order.
They will do what?
At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order.
Read on.
And never faint in their watch.
And never faint in their watches. And this is something that we have to be. We have to take this same understanding and apply. We can't faint in our watches, man, when things hit the fan. When adversity comes to brothers and sisters, now we want to give up and stop watching. No, we got to continue to let that light shine, man, like how the instruments of heaven is doing, man. That's what our job is, and it's true. Let's go to the book of Joshua, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Man, you know that's heavy. Because guess what? If brothers and sisters ever looked up at the stars, and guess what, man? You can look at that star, man. Get what you can look at the star, you can fall asleep, wake up, that star still right there. Right? You can guess what, man? You can wait till the sun get ready to come up, this star gonna be right there, man. But when the Lord called those things back, guess what? That one gone. It's gone.
You go out there looking for a star, you're like, man, what a star is that? Then all of a sudden you see them pop up. That's the commandment of the Lord, man.
That's right.
I'm gonna hit y'all with something else on that too, though. The sun, when it comes up, guess what? It comes up on time, right? Moon comes out and do its bright thing on time, right? And it leaves on time. Imagine if the sun was late.
Say, for real.
Imagine the sun is supposed. What? Imagine if the sun was on color people time.
Like, hey, Lord, it's 9 o'clock, man.
Yeah, we going to work. It's 10 a.m., 12 o'clock. Sun still ain't up yet. But yeah, you know, color people time. Meaning, if it's doing this job on time, guess what we need to be doing?
Our job on time.
I was just throwing it out there.
Hey, guess what? We all get to this. So, hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. It is what it is, man. Hey, for real, that is what it is. Because guess what? That's our nature of living, though. We'll hold somebody else to the fire, but we ain't gonna do ourselves like that, though.
That's right.
Right? Because guess what? We'll hold the Most High God to the fire. Lord, you said that you're gonna do this, but the Lord said, well, I told you to do this. You ain't doing it either.
That's right. What if he held us to that same fire, man?
Or
How would brothers and sisters fare in this truth? If he didn't have that long suffering towards us, man, we got to be that same way towards brothers and sisters too. Yes, we fall. You want to make sure that brothers and sisters, when they fall, they get back up and show a pattern of good works. Don't just stay fall.
that's the point. The pattern of good works. Because guess what? Some people, this is what the Lord allows us. When you fall, the Lord allow you to get a pattern of good works. Somebody fall around us, we don't allow them to get a pattern of good works. Because guess what? We just want to, it's over. No, you did, it's over. No. You got to allow somebody to get themselves right. We don't allow no grace, but we want all the grace. Lord, just give me all the grace. I want all the grace, right? But guess what? We don't give nobody grace. F that nigga. F that B. F that nigga. Right? That's how we think. The world told us to think like that. We have to change within ourselves. We don't start changing, how the world gonna see us as being the greatest nation in the world, man. The Lord sees us like that, and He know what we can be, but we don't know that, right? That's one of the two that the Christ was telling us about, man. Love thy neighbors, we love ourselves, man. Right? That thing was big. Yes, it's still important now.
Right.
Yeah,
The Lord.
We're gonna be at this moment.
Well, I'm talking about He knew that. He knew that we ain't the type of nation that we gonna forgive each other. The Lord said, I'm tired of this, man. Y'all just don't even want to forgive each other, man. Right? We don't never want to forgive give each other of nothing, man.
That's right.
Right?
And that was a good sign that the Most High was showing who the children of Israel was at the time that He was roaming the earth. Because He's telling them the same thing He's telling us today. Boy, y'all just don't love each other. What nation of people don't love ourselves? Think about it. We the only one, boy, we ain't nobody killing each other at a rate that we killing each other. I can go in a what you call them clubs, cowboy club, accidentally step on a whole lot of snake skins and eel skins and eel and all this stuff. Now I won't get shot. But some old cotton Nikes, my head might get blown off. There better not be no stepping on the gators. Oh my goodness. But we are the ones, that's the same thing. I'm just letting you know, it's the same time He was telling us. When you said that, that's why we're trying to stress it. That is one of the most important things He was coming back to tell us. Y'all need to start loving each other. Yeah. Dang it.
Because looking at how our state is, guess what? Well, the reason why the Lord was instituting that, because guess what? We had literally cast the northern tribe off.
Mm-hmm.
Like they ain't our people. And guess what? Right now to the day, we still don't feel like them our people. Because a lot of us don't feel like, man, we so tired, man, it's God, man, and the northern tribe, but we be tired of them. Guess what? They tired of us too.
It's tired of us too.
That's vice versa, man. They tired of us. Guess what? Just as much as we talk about them, they talking about us too, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Lord said you got to come back and put the family together again, man. That's why even in these religions, they can't touch us in the scriptures because they don't understand that we trying to literally put the family back together again, how the Lord told us to do it. And they can't see that, right? And that's why it's going to always be a discord because they don't really know how to love their brothers as they love themselves, man. They don't know how to love their neighbors for real, right? And this is how we change the course of how we think. Because guess what? We can put our nigger ways into the way all the way, but people don't want to put the real way on what the Lord tell us to do, right? We got to come back to that, man. Go ahead, up.
Let's go to second Ezra. I know I said Joshua, hold that precept. Some just came to spirit. Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 25. Because this is something that we want to have. You get that, read that out.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 14, verse 25. And come hither, and shall light a candle of understanding in thine heart.
Read that again from the top up.
And come hither,
And come hither. Read on.
and I shall light a candle of understanding in thine heart.
And the Most High God is going to light a candle of understanding in thine heart. Your brothers and sisters are sincere and genuinely trying to be in this truth for the right reasons, man. Read on up.
Which shall not be put out.
And that's the thing that you must pray for. You pray that the Most High God don't put that candle out, that he don't take your understanding, that he don't take this truth away from you, man. Think about it, man. Just I always love to compare those things. What would we be in this truth? Just think about the wickedness of how we were before we got into this truth. Not to say that brothers and sisters just all the way perfect, but we still trying and working at it. But just think about it. If you were in this truth, how will we be, man? Think about these things. This is something that brothers and sisters must meditate on. Read on up.
And come hither, and I shall light a candle of understanding in thine heart, which shall not be put out.
We shall not what?
Which shall not be put out.
Read on.
To the things we perform, which thou shalt begin to write.
And we take that in retrospect of, like we say, the Most High God's giving us the stars, the moon, meaning what? They constantly as the light of understanding for us. We have to be like that, man. Those are something to guess what? To look forward to. Now let's go to Joshua chapter 10 and verse 12. Because the Most High God is the only one that has the ability to do what? To stop the sun, to turn back time. Not Esau. Esau is doing these things to try to do what? Set himself up as the Most High. To be like the Most High. But he's not God, man. And but a man.
Anybody got a precept? I'm thinking on Second Ezra 14 and 25.
Speak up. I can't hear you.
That's not what I'm thinking. And come hither, and I shall light a candle of understanding in thine heart, which shall not be put out.
You talking about let your light shine this week?
Yeah, I know what you're saying now, but I'm thinking of what you gonna say. I think
Revelation 2 and 5.
that's right. Yep, the young song, man. It said, repent and do the first works. I'll remove your candlestick, man.
That's right.
I'll put that light out. But the Lord said right here, we just come to him, man. He gonna keep that light going for us, man. Just a little training your mind to get some precepts, man.
That's right. Another precept. What is the other precept, brothers? The obvious precept
Job 18 and 5.
concerning what?
The candle. Or the light being taken out. Or Proverbs 20:27.
That's the one. Yeah. Remember, you have to break down the candle. What is the candle a similitude for?
Spirit of man.
That's right. Proverbs 20 and 27. All those precepts go hand in hand together to give the understanding. That candle that the Most High God is talking about is your spirit. That light that you put on your spirit is the commandments.
That's right.
That's what gives you understanding. Let's go to Joshua.
The book of Joshua, chapter 10, verse 12. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel.
So this is where we was having the wars of Canaan, battling with these Hamites for what? For the land of Israel. Brothers have to understand, remember the context, the cultural context, and the historical context. Sisters as well. Read on.
And he said in the sight of Israel, Son, stand thou still upon Gibeon.
He said, what up?
Son, stand thou still upon Gibeon. And thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies.
So we see in this account that the Most High God, we done brought this out. I know for new brothers it may be new. We see where the Most High God literally did what? Stop the sun and stop the moon. Why did he do that? Because he wanted us to kill all them as many stinking Hamites as we could, man. And it was so many, you know, Ham be deep, man. Joshua couldn't kill them all, man. This is when the Most High God had the sun stay still for what? For 24 hours. Read that again.
Verse 12. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon.
Read on,
And the sun stood still.
And the sun did what?
And the sun stood still.
Read on,
And the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies.
And that lets you know the Most High God had that stay in a 24-hour cycle so we can avenge ourselves upon our enemies. Read on.
You know, them Hamites were going to slide right into the dark.
Boy, for
Which they like I said, darker than 1,000 midnight.
Probably couldn't wait. Hey, what the fuck going there? Running like a son.
Well, you know, it's hard as hell to find Ham in the night, boy. Read on up.
Is not this written in the book of Jasher?
Now, we know that the Bible talks about the book of Jasher, but do we have the book of Jasher? No. We don't want brothers taking this and running with it, because we know a lot of brothers and sisters do run with it. The understanding is in the book of Ecclesiastes, be admonished of making many books. There is no end. And Isaiah 34:16, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. Don't say the book of Jasher. Read on up.
So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and hasted not to go down about a whole day.
So we see where the Most High God is the only one that has power to do what? To ordain these things, not Esau. Our people look at Esau as the new gods on the planet Earth, man. But the Most High God has already been established from old. Let's get another example. He's the only one that can stop these things. What you got?
14.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. And there was no day like that before it or after, that the Lord hearkened unto the voice of a man.
That's right.
For the Lord fought for Israel.
For the Lord did what?
For the Lord fought for Israel.
Because these things are impossible. We think these things are impossible. But when we're doing what we're supposed to do, the Most High God does what? Fight for Israel, man. That's a great point that I brought out, man.
Why he said, why the heathen in the rage?
That's right.
The heathen is mad about it. Because the Most High God gave y'all power that y'all don't even want to obtain right now. But the fact that the matter is y'all power, and like when you came out earlier about how we have the connection with the Most High. He mad. And mad. Same thing with Esau was when the blessing went to Jacob. Will kill you. And that's what he's doing. He in a rage.
And so, like verse 14 said, there was no day like that before or after. So guess what? The Lord can, ordain a day to do that, but man can't do it. That's why I said there was no day like that before or after. So name another time that the Lord did. He kept the sun up for a whole 24 hours, man. Right? Man can't change it. So guess what? That's the discourse, man.
That's right. Let's go to the book of 2 Kings, chapter 20, and start at verse 6. So the Most High God is in his power to do these things, not Esau.
Boy, that was boy. That's right on time. Look, like you said, I'm thinking they dark as hell, boy. Keep that light there. Keep that light on, Lord.
For real. Keep that light on
them. Cut the light on, stomp out all of them cockroaches.
Read this 20 and what?
20 and verse 6.
2 Kings chapter 20, verse 6. And I will add unto thy days.
Start up at verse 5, Salaki.
2 Kings 20 and 5. Turn again and tell Hezekiah, the captain of my people, thus said the Lord, the God of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer. I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will heal thee.
He will what?
I will heal
The
thee.
Most High God will heal us. Read on up.
On the third day thou shalt go up into the house of the Lord.
It says, on the third day thou shalt go up to the house of the Lord. That's deep stuff too. Read on up.
And I will add unto thy days 15
The
years.
Most High God will do what?
and I will add unto thy days 15 years.
Read on up.
And I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria.
Read on.
And I will defend this city for mine own sake and for my servant David's sake.
Read on up.
And Isaiah said, take a lump of figs.
So now we know that what? Isaiah walked in the time of the Assyrian captivity. Him and Hezekiah walked in the same times. They were contemporaries. So now you can put a time and a place with the prophet Isaiah. Read on.
And Isaiah said, take a lump of figs. And they took and laid it on the boil, and he recovered.
Because Hezekiah had a boil. Read on.
And Hezekiah said unto Isaiah, what shall be the sign that the Lord will heal me?
Because the prophets, the kings, the prestige of the people, guess what? We always knew that the Most High God would show a sign before he actually did his work. And this is something to our people. The signs that he's showing now is what? Wars and rumors of wars. This is the sign that he's showing us that guess what? The time is at hand. The time is getting short. Brothers and sisters got to get their spirit in right. Brothers and sisters got to stay focused, man. Read on up.
And Hezekiah said unto Isaiah, what shall be the sign that the Lord will heal me? And that I shall go up into the house of the Lord the third day.
Read on.
And Isaiah said, this sign shalt thou have of the Lord, that the Lord will do the thing that he has spoken. Shall the shadow go forward 10 degrees or go backward 10 degrees?
Read that again up.
Shall the shadow go forward 10 degrees or go back 10 degrees?
Do any brother know what that's going into? It says shadow. I gave a clue early about what?
Sundown.
The sundown. What is he saying?
Should he go forward or should he go back?
So what are you talking about?
Can he bring it back?
What are you talking about?
Turn back time.
Well, years.
Turn back.
That's right.
15.
You understand?
Yeah.
Can he turn back time or move it forward?
Both.
That's right, he can. Read that again up.
Verse 9, and Isaiah said, this sign shalt thou have of the Lord, that the Lord will do the thing that he has spoken. Shall the shadow go forward 10 degrees or go back 10 degrees?
Read on.
And Hezekiah answered, it is a light thing.
It is a what?
It is a light thing for the shadow to go down 10 degrees. Nay, but let the shadow return backward 10 degrees.
It says that's a light thing that the shadow turn down 10 degrees, but let the shadow return backwards. Meaning what? It's a heavier thing to turn back time.
Because it's already moving forward.
That's right.
If they go forward faster, that's a light thing.
Yeah, that's
The real sign, see that mother go backwards.
First the hand of time.
Exactly.
Just some heavy stuff that the Most High God, our God, can do, man. This is just a glimpse of his power, man. And this is something that should build brothers and sisters' belief and faith up in this walk, man. Meaning what? That even to apply it on a heavier note, this is what the Most High God really is doing for us. He's giving us more time to do what? To get our spirits right, man. To do what? To heal us. We always have to apply this. That's something that Christianity hates. Don't see yourself in the scriptures. Where do they say that at? What Bible says that? No, we should see ourselves in the scriptures because guess what? We are in the scriptures, man. That's literally that mindset that they have put in our people, man, to where we're literally trying to save Gentiles because they have programmed our people to think that we are Gentiles. That's why our people are literally fighting for Gentiles, man. Read on, huh?
verse 11. And Isaiah the prophet cried unto the Lord, and he brought the shadow 10 degrees backwards, by which it had gone down in the dial of Ahab.
So it's showing you that the Most High God did what? Turn back time. Only he has the powers and capability to do these things, man. No other man. Give me 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 16.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 16. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables.
Read that again.
For we have not followed cunningly devised fables.
We can't follow cunningly devised fables. Because what Esau teaches against the Most High God, those are cunningly devised fables. Meaning these things are not true. They're not grounded in the scriptures. We say even when you read Paul's epistles, all these epistles are addressed to who? To Israelites. So no other nation can read Paul's epistle and then try to apply to the other nations. We always, even like Ak was bringing out, it's an author and an authorizer, man. An audience and an author that he's trying to convey that message to. This message was only conveyed to the Israelites. Read that again, Ak.
First, 2 Peter 1:16. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahushua, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty. For he received from God the Father their honor and glory, when there came such a voice to him from the excellent glory. This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased.
In whom he is what?
In whom I am well pleased.
Because guess what? Christ is doing what he's supposed to do. Christ is like the stars, the moon, meaning what? To give us understanding, and he's standing in his office. Guess what? He won't fail, the Most High. That's the mindset that we have to have as well in this truth, brothers and sisters. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, verse 2. Because Esau does things contrary to the Most High. To do what? To set himself up as God. That's why he's changing all these things.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, verse 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus said the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God.
Now it's going into Tyre, an ancient city that was like America. They had similar attributes, but on a deeper level, do brothers remember what this is going into? We literally kind of touched on this a week before in Camp 101. Do brothers remember the understanding? Who is the prince of Tyrus?
Esau.
Esau. Esau is the prince of Tyrus. Now, who is the king of Tyrus when you read on down? If Esau is the prince, who is Esau's king? Who rules over Esau? Satan. So y'all make sure y'all put that in y'all notes. Prince of Tyrus, deeper level, Esau. King of Tyrus in verse 12, Satan, the spiritual demon Satan. Y'all make sure y'all put a footnote. Brothers want to be deep. Can you handle deep things when brothers bring them out? And can you remember?
And you know the reason, guess what? Y'all know the reason why we try to help brothers even to get notes. Guess what? The scriptures tell us that, guess what? We can get old and our understanding can fail.
That's right.
So what if our understanding fails? We got good notes that we can go back in our Bible and literally read our notes, and it has it in there, man. Right? Your mindset can't always be strong as it ever was. Think about back when you was a little child versus right now. How strong your mind was remembering things, how strong your mind was to retain things. Guess what? Versus how you retain things and how you think now. You can lose some of those attributes, but if we write these things down, we put them in our notes, we put them in our Bible, we can know it, man.
That's right.
Right? That's how we build on it, man. Go ahead,
Read on up, verse 2.
Verse 2, Ezekiel 28. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus said the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up.
Who has this heart? Esau. Esau has these same attributes that the city in ancient city of Tyre had. Lifted up, puffed it up. Read on.
And thou hast said, I am a God.
Who says that? How do Esau say he's a God? By all the imagery he puts out, showing himself as the Most High, like Most High's Caucasian man, with little naked baby pictures everywhere. Like, come on, man, you think the Most High God is dealing like that? Look, baby naked cupids everywhere. Come on, man.
Naked Edomite babies everywhere.
That's blasphemy, man. And that's out of order, man. When it literally says in the law, thou shalt not see thy nakedness.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Read on up.
And thou hast said, I am a God.
I am a what?
I am a God.
Read on up.
I sit in the seat of God.
He sit in the seat of God. Read on.
In the midst of the sea.
Meaning what? Who is all in all the nations and in all the waters and seas of the earth? What nation of people is doing this, man? It's not the Africans. It's not the Arabs. It's only one nation of people, man. Read on up.
Yet thou art a man and not God.
But the Most High God is given the understanding Esau is just a man and not God. Meaning what? We shouldn't take a damn thing that Esau is saying unless it's filtered through the Bible. Because the understanding is sometimes the Most High God will use Esau to bring out some truths. But everything is what, brothers and sisters? Filtered through the scriptures. Read on up.
Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God.
They set themselves as the heart of God, trying to do what? Change times and laws. Read on up.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
Meaning what? They have a lot of knowledge with all their technology, able to do what? Record, spy, all different type of networking that they have. That has made them wise. What you say?
Searching out.
That's right. Archaeology,
Experiment everything.
expert scientists. That's how they are wiser than Daniel.
Because they curious about everything. Man, Esau is the nosiest mug in the world, man.
You know
What are
that?
you doing, buddy?
Yes, you know that.
Right? They so nosy. That's why they search out everything, man. Guess what? Like what we was talking about the other time. Esau so damn nosy, man.
On the butt of an ant.
Yeah, he would put the camera. He want to know what the ant doing, so he stick he make a camera small enough to stick up the butt of an ant.
That's true.
You a nosy bastard, man.
When, and, the thing,
Right?
and when they find something in the archaeology, when they find history, you're not able to go. They take that over, and guess what? They get all the information that's in there, won't share it with you. So that makes them at this time where they wiser than Daniel.
Right.
They got the power to get more information than Daniel's allowed to get.
Man, don't you know what's the Richard Pryor show? They said I wasn't old enough to really see it, but I seen the little clip online.
Yeah, that was fun.
Man, that was fun. We need to pull that up, man. Cut the
When he was in the Egyptian
too. He was up in the Egyptian too. He looked in there and he had opened that book. He said, "Hey man, all these people black. Hey, these are our people, man." And guess what? Esau started sliding at the door, man.
Finna close the door on. Lock his black behind up in there.
Locked his black butt behind up in that mug, man.
See what you have, sir.
Y'all ever seen that clip? Man, I'm gonna try to find it right quick.
Okay, funny as hell. I can't lie. We know that we not Hamites, but the point was that he sent their same skin color. But Esau set the Egyptians up as what? As Caucasians.
So when you read verse 3 and it says thou art wiser than Daniel, they not really wiser than Daniel, but because they're because where they are at in this time, like I said, with the technology that they've been trying to do, they're like I said, they being weirdos, want to go search out everything, the weirdest of the weirdos. I mean, that's what they're saying, that they're wiser than Daniel. Like you said, you're testing this, you're trying to make this with this, you're making this have sex with this, you're blowing this up to see what comes out of this. I mean, yeah, that's what it's saying.
Jump down to verse 6.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 6. Therefore, thus said the Lord God, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the turmoil of the nation.
The what?
The turmoil of the nation.
And that's why we see these other nations going at Esau even today. Even the Most High God is using them to turn on their own self. Oh, that's what it is. Read on up.
And I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nation.
The terrible of the nations. Meaning what? The Iranians, the Arabians, many other nations. The Russians. Read on.
And they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom. And they shall defile thy brightness.
And they shall defile thy brightness, because they are as a representation of light on the wicked side. Going into what? Isaiah chapter 14, verses 15 on there. Read on.
Verse 8. They shall bring thee down to the pit. And thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the sea.
And this is what the Most High God showing as a judgment for them doing what? Perpetuating lies on the planet Earth. Read on out.
They shall bring them down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the sea.
Read on, right?
Wilt thou yet say before him that sled thee, I am God,
Uh-huh.
but thou shalt be a man.
But thou shalt be a what?
But thou shalt be a man.
So in that day, we gonna know that they're just regular men. Turn that bug out. I can.
You know we can't play that one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna say yeah.
Hold on for a second.
You ain't putting it on now. You gotta put the camera on.
Oh yeah, don't put the camera on. That's right.
This is the elixir of life, so the cure for all diseases.
You know what? Hey, he found the cure for all diseases, right?
Open and
He can't even read it.
Showing you that they base men.
this can't be.
Mm.
This is.
He got that book.
In the beginning, when man arrived on earth, the black gods that believed us
Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
and they named the beast of the
He talking about Adam was black.
animals of the land, and man in his blackness did walk
The man in his blackness did walk the earth, bro.
They discovered time.
They discovered time. All right. All right.
We can change it. Say, change.
See, look at oh, man.
Lock them in the tomb.
Hey, lock this button too, man.
It's time to cheat,
That's how nonchalant they do stuff like that too.
Boy, that's hell, bro. That's hell. He said, guess what? Y'all think about that. Think about us being in this truth. Hey, man, we can change the time. Well, mama don't want to hear. Brother don't want to hear. Sister don't want to hear. We can change the world with this, y'all. They just listen now. And we got all things that he just found right here, man. And we can't listen.
They doing exactly what they did. Shut the door. Lock them in.
Read verse 9 again, now.
You see? No disclaimer.
The boy for real.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 9. Wilt thou yet say before him that fled thee, I am God, but thou shalt be a man, and no God,
And what?
and no God,
Read on, now.
in the hand of him that fled thee?
Meaning when the Most High God give them up to these other nations, you're going to know that Esau is just a man. Because they're going to be what? Being able to die like men.
Right.
Give me Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 19. Because Esau set these things up, but psychologically they use it for idol worship. The sun, the moon, the stars, the different times, Janus, peering to and fro. These are ancient Roman gods. When you go into the days, the names of the years, names of the months, Salaki. You get that, read that out.
Deuteronomy 4 and 19. Unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun, and the moon, and the stars,
Read on out.
even all the host of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them, and serve them,
And do what?
and serve them.
Because even when we have eclipses, solar eclipses, they're doing what? If you have people literally worshiping those things, man. We know that those are just instruments in heaven as signs. Read on out.
Which the Lord thy God had divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
The Most High God gave that to them to worship, not for us, man. Because our understanding is what is higher than them. We know that the Most High God made them to do what? To basically serve us, to give us understanding of time, to be able to keep our calendars, to be able to keep our high holy days. Read on out.
But the Lord had taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace,
Read on out.
even out of Egypt.
Even out of what?
Even out of Egypt.
And that's on a deeper level, because that's what he's doing right now, taking us up out of this iron furnace. Meaning what? Breaking down this wicked understanding that we have gotten from Esau, and then giving us what? That righteous understanding, man. Brothers have to see this thing on a deeper spiritual level. Read on up.
Even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are this day.
Give me the book of Deuteronomy 17:3.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 3. And had gone and served other gods and worshipped them, either the sun or moon or any of the host of heaven, which I have not commanded.
Read on now.
And it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently. And behold, it be true.
It be what?
It be true.
Read on now.
And the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought in Israel.
And we see those things. These abominations, us not following our calendar. Guess what? Us not properly following the orders of the sun, the moon, and the stars that the Most High God had ordained. Guess what? These things are wrought in Israel, man. Because you can easily look into and see that, guess what? That the Most High God didn't have these things set up and ordained. Like we say, think about it. Daylight saving time. You don't see that in the Bible, man. Celebrating what? A New Year's in the dead of winter when everything is dead? That makes no sense, man. No leaves on the trees. Animals hibernating. Think about these things, man. Most High God does things in what? In perfect order. That's why these things come back into the spring. Things are what? Springing back up to life, man. Literally starting that cycle all the way back over again. Read on up.
Verse 4. And it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently. And behold, it be true, and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought in Israel. Then shalt thou bring forth the man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing.
Meaning what? That can't come up from serving these idols, not getting on the Lord's program, not getting on his times and laws. Read on up.
Unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with
And shall do
stones.
what?
And shall stone them with stones.
Read on up.
Till they die.
Till they what?
Till they die.
So it's penalties to pay, man. It's gonna be penalties to pay when Christ come back, man.
So now that we're in this spiritual warfare, we are trying to kill off these men and women that's trying to keep these
That's right.
unhealthy, these unholy days and things of that nature. Right? We're not physically stoning them right now, but we going out there on the streets, right? Prophesying, letting them know that that's wrong. That's killing it off.
That's right.
Not doing it, that's killing it off, right? Not indulging in their actions and ways, that's killing it off, man. For the spiritual aspect of this thing, man.
Even on that stones, like we say, it's gonna be stoning again. What type of stones? Brimstone.
That's right.
So it's gonna be, guess what? The same thing. Remember, the more things change, the more they stay the same, man. So the Most High God required that which is past, man. So it's gonna be some stoning again, but with brimstone, man. Fire and brimstone. This is no joke. Read that right quick, huh?
This is off what do you want to Google?
This on history. It's called history. Like the history.
This is the state library org. This is on the page of the state library org. It says calendars. The 1752 calendar changed. Today, Americans are used to a calendar with a year based on Earth rotation around the sun, with months having no relationship to the cycles of the moon and New Year's Day falling on January the 1st. However, that system was not adopted in England and its colonies until 1752.
Until when?
1752.
Now the Bible dates back to what? The beginning of history. So come on, man. This is literally hundreds of years before. 300 some years before, man.
And you can look this up in their history.
That's right.
That's the point. You can literally look back in their history and see they literally say, y'all, no, we did this. No, we changed it. But then we'll say, no, they didn't change it. But they just told you that they did. All right?
Some more on that. Keep reading, huh?
The changes implemented that year have created challenges for historians and genealogists working with early colonial records.
Meaning what? They're not able to match up time with their
With this
time.
guy,
That's right. Read on now.
since it is sometimes hard to determine whether information was entered according to the then current English calendar or the new style calendar we use today.
Because we know that we're what? On a what calendar? Gregorian calendar.
That's right.
No, we got to be on the Most High God's calendar, man.
Yeah.
And that's the point right there. That's why the Most High God gave us the moon to be able to do what? To determine our months. Like we say, Captain Maccabees did an extensive class on that. Brothers and sisters need more understanding. Go check that class out. Take plenty of notes. Read on up.
Throughout history, there have been numerous attempts to convey time in relation to the sun and moon. Even now, the Chinese and Islamic calendars are based on the motion of the moon around the earth.
So we see they enacted to a degree. But even in the beginning of what it said, it's already set up. All they have to do is follow the Bible, man. That's the point. Read on now.
Rather than the motion of the earth in relation to the sun. And the Jewish calendar links years to the cycle of the sun, months to the cycle of the moon.
I'm going to tell you, that part right there is heavy. I'm going to tell y'all because in astrology, they teach you that what? That the earth revolves around the sun. But in the Bible, he tells us what?
The sun
Revolves around the earth.
And then it is stated right there.
Let's prove that right quick.
And
That's right. Let's prove it right quick.
they confuse it so much, they confuse them down to
That's exactly right. That's changing of times and laws.
The thing they cutting themselves, man.
That's right. Hey, the Most High God having to put it out there too. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 4. No, that's it.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
But the earth what?
But the earth abideth forever.
No, it's going to be destroyed.
But the earth abideth forever.
Read on now.
The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose.
It says, and hasted to its place where it arose, not where the earth arose. Literally showing you that.
That's a good precept.
So we see that they have turned everything upside down. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, last precept, Deuteronomy chapter 12.
That the sun go up and go down.
That's right.
And it hasted to get back to where it was. It's a good precept. To show you. Deuteronomy 12 and what?
Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 1. They are the statutes, Salaki. These are the statutes and judgments which ye shall observe to do in the land which the Lord God of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it, all the days that ye live upon the earth. Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve their God.
Serve their who?
Serve their God.
And that's what we're doing by bringing out this understanding, because guess what? These months of the years, these are actual gods. We're literally setting back up what the Most High God ordained. First month, second month, third month, so on and so forth, man. Not January, not February, August, July for Julius Caesar. All these months, these things have origins in idols. Read on up.
Upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree.
And under what up?
And under every green tree.
That high mountains is going into what? These governments.
That's right.
We're literally taking down these things with what? With the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the Bible, man. Read on up. Go ahead up.
And a lot of these months are named after what? That's what we're gonna get into. To that 12 feathers, the Roman government. You got Augustus.
Roman Caesars, that's right.
You got all of here, Augustus to
Julius Caesar.
There's quite a few of them in those, and that's what I was saying. I was looking at the other one. They were literally why February is shorter months, and some months are other months. Because when you had another emperor come in, he realized he wanted more months than that one, so they would take out of this. So what they had taken away more out of February and left February short of months. That's how they kept the case. So they try to add another one by the leap year time with that, adding another. Well, that would need another one because that's what they did, man. I was looking at that. I said, these was some they was playing like children, man.
That's right.
They were like little children being over the whole earth, man. That's crazy, man.
And trying to play God. Read that up.
Verse 3. And ye shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars.
We doing this on the spiritual level, brothers. But what? Bringing out the true understanding of the Bible. Read on.
And burn their groves with fire.
And do what?
And burn their groves with fire.
We're burning our groves with fire, man. By what? By the word. The word is burning them up out there, man. Read on.
And ye shall hew down the graven images of their God.
Of their who?
Of their God.
Meaning what? We're setting things right side up. Read on up.
And destroy the names of them out of that place.
And do what?
And destroy the names of them out of that place.
And that's ultimately what we're doing. We're destroying the names of Esau out of this place. Nowhere in the Bible does we see that the month is called January. You know, you don't see these things in the Bible where the Most High God had ordained New Year's in the dead of winter. You just don't see it. Read on up.
Ye shall not do so unto the Lord your God.
And that's the point. We should not do these things according to the Most High God, because he ordained these things. And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
We always tell brothers and sisters to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Brothers and sisters, don't be out there celebrating New Year's. Think about it, man. That's going to be a wicked day, too. People steady shooting up in the air, wasting bullets. They just as deadly when they come down, too. They just as deadly.
I just saw that they was giving a warning in November. I forgot whatever happened on Thanksgiving. Somebody was shooting in the air. The guy mile away, the bullet came down, hit him in the top of the shoulder, went through and hit his organs, and he died. And that was in November. So y'all be careful when y'all out. You know these idiots gonna get them guns and shoot.
Talking about wicked. Brothers and sisters have to be on the lookout for those things. Make sure brothers and sisters share like the videos, man. Help us push this truth to the four corners of the earth. Like I say, help us, guess what? Get to a city near you, man. You know, brothers and sisters can send arms in to the cash out. You know, hey, this work takes money, brothers and sisters. And we do want to reach some of those places where our people are at, man. You know, where it bears witness with our spirit, man. We use Deuteronomy chapter 12, what we just read, verses 1 through 3 as a law. Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 1. These are the statutes and judgments which ye shall observe to do in the land, which the Lord God of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it. All the days that ye live upon the earth, ye shall utterly destroy all the places.
How we're doing these things, think, brothers and sisters, we have to keep this on a spiritual level. This is not a physical fight. We're doing it by what? We're destroying these places just by keeping God's laws.
Right.
That's how we're literally destroying these places, because guess what? The kingdom is in us. The faster, guess what? The 144,000 is sealed and the 1/3 of the elect is sealed. Guess what? The faster we get the kingdom, man. So it's dependent upon brothers and sisters, guess what? Getting their spirit in order, man. You may be that brother, that sister that's holding us up because you can't shake what you're dealing with, man. Brothers and sisters have to be thinking like that. Negroes is selfish as hell. Niggas make me sick sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. That thing flex my spirit. Yeah, I'm a pretty cool and easy guy, but I hate a selfish brother or sister that's only looking out for themselves, man. Read on up.
Verse 2. Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve their gods, upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree.
Read on, Rob.
And ye shall overthrow their altars.
And we should do what?
Ye shall overthrow their altars.
By the word of the Most High, by applying the commandments. Read on.
And break their pillars, and burn their groves with fire. And ye shall hew down the graven images of their God.
All these false gods. Read on.
And destroy the names of them out of that place.
Read on.
Ye shall not do so unto the Lord your God.
And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.